In the background, you can see we have Prolific open up. I will say that it took me 6 weeks from the day that I gave them my profile until the actual first day that I got a notification at the top of my screen saying that I had a survey available. Notice that this shows everything is in British pounds sterling, I think is the term. So the conversion will happen when you take the money out. You have a Prolific ID, click on copy, then click start now. These are, I won't say few and far between, because I probably get anywhere from, I don't know, maybe like 2 to 5 studies a day. And they are fairly quick. I mean, you're talking 5-10 minutes for most part. So I have a consent for participation. This happens on all of the survey sites, always. And then here's that spot where they ask for a Prolific ID. Paste that there. It's a super long number. I wouldn't bother trying to memorize it. Just copy and paste. It works fine. Below is the prompt that you've been assigned. Once you've thought of what you will write, please click next. That is, do not click next until you've thought of what you want to write. So here is a prompt that we have. And I cannot tell you what this prompt officially says because that would be violating the terms of use for me as a user on Prolific. But essentially they need me to recall a particular incident and how I overcame it. And describe a situation when you are dealing with this. So I'm going to think about that and I'm going to type up my response. I'll be right back. Alright, so I've thought about what I want to write. They do specify to provide as much detail as possible. A good response is one that is very detailed. Responses will be reviewed by researchers. So remember, just because this is a simple task doesn't mean it's easy. So if you write A, B, C, D, E, F, G, you're not going to get paid. I hope that makes sense. I've had people reach out and say they don't get approved for these surveys, only to find out that they skip through half the questions just assuming they can answer any way they want. These people are paying good money for us to give them our honest opinions, so we owe them, in terms of ethics, an equal amount of effort back. Alright, so I have written my response. You can see I have Grammarly up in the background, so that way I can make sure that I am using proper grammar, spelling, punctuation. Grammarly's free, but I can't recommend it enough if you're doing anything that's requiring short answers or essays. It's going to make you sound more professional and it's going to help you catch some of those mistakes. Then we have a basic area. Please answer the following questions. And whether or not you can, in this case, it's whether or not you can recall the details of the experience. In my case, I say yes, strongly. Now, we do have follow-up questions here, so I'm going to go ahead and answer those. Again, I can't show you guys what those questions are. Terms of use, it is what it is, so that's all blurred out here. But it's a interview that happened after this experience that I just wrote about, and they're asking what kind of responses I would be giving during that interview. So before I click on submit, I want you guys to pay attention to this bottom question. This is a test question, so you should be looking for these in the surveys that you're filling out. I am not paying attention. Select strongly do not want to answer. That's this first box. I can tell you almost every survey that I've taken that pays anywhere close to $1, somewhere in it has a tester question to make sure you're paying attention. So again, I can't stress you guys enough. Those of you who think you can skip right past it or not do in-depth reading just because you're taking a survey, that is not how it works, guys. You need to pay attention to what you're doing. Here we have the next section, which is during the situation you were asked to describe in your write-up. How frequently did you have the following thoughts? This goes from never to very frequently, and you just click along the little radial icons to select which answers fit you best. So this is the next question now. These questions are intended to give us a sense of the people participating in the study. Please enter the phrase exactly as it is. I am paying attention. Notice that is a second test question in the same survey. Again, I can't stress enough. Read instructions, fill them out properly. Don't skip around, you won't get paid, and then don't think that it's the survey's fault that you didn't get paid. Next. These questions are demographic questions. This is really common to see on these kinds of situations. Once you have completed the questionnaire, you'll get this nice little scrolly icon, and then after a minute, you will see a little...
Studies available on Prolific.
So hopefully you guys heard that in the background. I got a little pop-up in the middle of this one saying there's another study available, shows how many places there are. The last of this study, it's asked if everything went okay. I click yes, and then they say you can close the window and you're back to the main page again, and now it's awaiting review. So you can see like all of my submissions here. I'll click on that for you guys so you can see those, and I'm not going to scroll because it makes it easier to blur out areas that you guys shouldn't see. But you can see that I have studies. Each of them has its own row. I've earned a total of 16 British pounds to US dollars. No, I can't do the conversion in my head. So I've earned just over $20. And one second, let me scroll down here without you guys seeing it. And my first job that I got approved for was July 13th. So $20 in 8 days. And that's just... Each of these things is super short. I mean, it took me 5 or 10 minutes maybe at the absolute most to do this. And it's great because you get a little pop-up here that says, hey, there's another survey available. Click on that. This is the Prolific Chrome extension. Copy that survey link. It tells you how long the survey is going to take, how much you're going to get paid, and click start now, and away we go. So we just got our next attention check. Notice I said this is in almost every survey, guys. So please pick your favorite sport. Now, if you just stopped reading and you just jumped onto the sports, please disregard this as an attention check. Just check the 5th option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. We get a little spinning icon. Wait a few minutes. And my submission was received. Did everything go well? Yes, we're glad it worked. I can close the window. Back to Prolific I go, and I have my completion code. Now notice that we don't have any additional funds sitting up here. Oh great, I'm gonna get to blur all this out now. What I wanted to show you guys is we do have a pending balance awaiting review. Every one of these studies gets reviewed by an actual honest-to-God human being. So you don't get instant feedback. Usually it takes anywhere from a couple of hours to like maybe a day or two for most of my approvals that I get. So just keep that in mind. I mean, it's not this, again, humans, the more humans are involved, the longer it takes. So this was a overview of using Prolific, showing what works for me and how it is that I go through it. Again, it's quick studies. None of them take me longer than maybe 10 minutes at the most. And what I love about it is the Chrome extension app, which is up here. If you don't know how to download a Chrome extension, that's a different topic for a different day. And I will be bringing to you guys another review next week on another user testing platform that I love to use to earn a little. As always, everyone, thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're a Facebook user, I do have a group over on Facebook. It's called facebook.com/groups/earn-a-little. This is Kara with Earn a Little. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in the next one.